Apple iPhone 17. Yes, we're going to talk about it. I know the 16s just came out, but there's been leaks and rumors on the iPhone 17 Air, or otherwise known as the iPhone 17 Slim. What's that all about? Let's talk about it. So you got the iPhones out here. I got them laid out here today. You've got the iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Plus, iPhone Pro, and iPhone Pro Max. And where's that Slim going to fit? Right here. Yes, it's another phone. Remember we just talked about not long ago the new Samsung S25 Slim? You can check it out here. They clearly are not going that alone. And who's copying who? I don't know. But the truth is the Samsung is going to come out first. Following that will be the iPhone. Now, there's rumors that the Slim may replace the iPhone 17 Plus. So we may lose the Plus model. But again, that right now is just a rumor like everything else. I'm Mark, and this is GOT, where we talk about good old tech, news, and reviews. If you like this video, please smash that like button down below and subscribe so you don't miss out on future tech. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the Slim. So the iPhone Slim, or the iPhone 17 Slim, or whatever you want to call it, iPhone 17 Air, is going to be about the same size as the Plus model. In other words, it's going to be 6.7 inches in diagonal. Now, where it's different is it's going to be thin. A matter of fact, it'll be so slim, it's much easier to slip through the cushions on your couch to be lost forever. Make sure you have that finder turned on. So the Slim, kind of like the Air version of the iPad, it's just kind of a mid-range, right in between your basic and, of course, your Pros. The design and build. Well, the design is going to be very similar to the current iPhones at the time, although this one's going to be a bit slimmer. In other words, it's going to be 6 millimeters thin. Now, what does that mean and what does that look like? Well, when you look at the items I have in front of me, you've got the iPhone 16. Now, let's put it up next to the Pro. You know, it's a little bit thinner than the Pro. I don't know if you can see that there in the camera or not. I'll try and zoom in. So the 16 is just a slight thinner than the Pro. Well, guess what? The Slim is actually going to be thinner than that. The 16 is actually 7.8 millimeters thick. So it'll go from 7.8 millimeters down to 6 millimeters. That's a lot. Now, how does that compare? Well, you got the iPad mini here, which is 6.3 inches. So still not quite as thin. It's going to be thinner than the iPad mini. So you can see here on the difference. Let's turn them around. Easier to see here. You can see this iPad mini is quite a bit thinner than the iPhone 16. Yet the iPhone Air is going to be thinner than this iPad mini. So what do I have that can actually give you an idea of what the real size is? Well, you got the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is actually 5.1 millimeters thick. And with this case on it, it makes it 6.1 millimeters thick. So with this case on it, it's really close to that of what the iPhone Air is going to be. And let me see, we can hold these. You can see this is 5.1, and on this side, you got the 6.1, and you can see it is still quite a bit thinner than the iPad mini there. And let's just throw this right on top of it so you can see that's quite a huge change. That's very thin when you compare it to the regular iPhones. Now, are the regular standard iPhone 17s going to get thinner? I bet they are. But of course, they can't go too thin, or else what's the purpose of making an iPhone Air? Now, the exterior design of the iPhone Air is going to have a single camera on the back. And that single camera, they're saying, is going to be a 48 megapixel camera. And on the front, they're going to go with a 24 megapixel camera instead of a 12 selfie camera, which is what you find in these phones right now. And the rumor is that these may end up going to a 24 megapixel selfie camera as well. Now, since I've already started talking about the specs, let's go ahead and continue on the specs. On the iPhone Air, of course, we said 6.7 inches, 6 millimeters thick, and it's going to have the single camera. And of course, it's going to come out with the Apple 19A chip. And hopefully by then, they'll have their Apple AI on the device. They're still not fully baked on the current iPhone 16s. Now, another spec that's supposed to come out on that phone is it's going to come out with a 120 hertz refresh rate on the main screen. Whereas, you know, the standard iPhones are only 60 hertz, where the Pros are 120. So that Air is supposed to come out with the same screens that you get on the Pros. Now, again, that may not be anything special because rumor is they're going to actually finally upgrade these to 120 hertz refresh rate to catch up with the rest of the world and all the other manufacturers on their base model phones. Now, we can talk RAM on iPhones, but I don't know why we bother because they're always lower than everybody else, but it doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't affect their performance because, as we all know, these iPhones, they really perform well. And the Slim or the Air is supposed to come out with 8 gigabytes of RAM, just like you do with the Pros. Now, they could be upgrading all of their phones to 8 gigabytes of RAM to help with the AI. We really don't know that yet. Now, the iPhone Air is rumored to come out with the rest of the phones next September. However, we may hear more about the device come June when Apple has their annual event. Now, I really do kind of find it humorous and kind of interesting that Samsung's coming out with a Slim and now Apple's coming out with a Slim. We don't really know why, because none of us really asked for it. But if you want to compare the iPhone Air or Slim to the Samsung S25 Slim, check out this video here. Until next time, God bless.